Hello, hello, apa khabar? And welcome to Virtually Peranakans Fest 2025, organized by Peranakans Sayang. It's our 6th year organizing this 2-day online festival with presentations to share and celebrate our Peranakan culture with presenters from around the region. My name is Baba Alvin Un, your festival organizer and host from Peranakans Sayang in Singapore. Thank you for joining us. We would love to hear from you. Please say hello in the comments and do let us know where you are watching this live stream from. And of course, do share your questions and your opinions as well. Joining me for this program, I have my co host. He is in Malacca. Please welcome Baba Cedric Tan. Hello,
Yeah,
Baba.
hello. And for the
Ah,
sixth month, for the 6th year, I'm back
yeah.
again.
Well, this session is going to be interesting because we are going down under.
Oh, and we are going down in age too.
Going down, getting younger, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to
Nice.
talk about the next generation of Peranakans,
Yeah.
whether there's such a thing or not, especially so far away down under lagi kan.
Hey, I know people who are older than me always think they're younger.
Oh, betul Yeah.
Ya,
So
lagi tua, lagi muda. Dewa.
lagi betul. Tapi maybe childish lah. Oh, young at heart, young at heart Okay, we're going to bring in our kawan-kawan. First, we've got Glenda Chi. Hello, Glenda.
Hello, apa
Ah,
khabar semua?
how are you today?
Hello.
Hello, Seth. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Good, thanks. It's very busy at this time of the year all the time. In Melbourne, nearly Christmas. So, ayo kita kena cuci rumah semua. This is where we cuci rumah lah.
Cuci rumah. Okay, and of course, we have her partner in crime. I don't know what kind of crime, but partner in crime. We're going to bring on Allison. Hello, hello.
Hey.
Hello, Elvin. Hello, Cedric. Hi, Glenda.
Hey,
Ah,
babe.
hey, babe. Mestilah tengoklah Australian come out. Hey, babe.
Yes, ah.
Bukan hey,
Yalah.
baba. Hey, babe. Okay, so tell us a bit about your presentation this afternoon.
Well, we have a little bit of I guess I would say a show and tell about NextGen Peranakans, and I would love to answer that question. NextGen Peranakans, adakah? Um,
Mm,
well, we will leave the audience to find out for themselves as we talk about it. Yeah, it's just something that we love to share about. So thank
okay,
you so much, Elvin, for inviting us to share
most
our
welcome.
stories.
Mm,
Yeah. So as I was saying before, we are going to be talking about whether they are younger generation Prakhans. And particularly, I'm going to share from Melbourne, from a Melbourne context, which is a little bit different from ones in Malaysia and Singapore in Asia, so to speak. We are far away from our motherland, and some of us migrated. We are first generation migrants, but some of us were born here as well, but with families who come from the Peranakan heritage. And so before we can answer, adakah next gen Peranakan? Is there such thing? Is there really in Australia? Really? We have
mm.
to ask the question, are younger Peranakans really interested in the culture?
Ah,
So I've got a story to tell. I've
kita,
got satu cerita.
Mm,
So this happened about a few years ago. Now, as you all know, I am Glenda Chi, Mami Bapa sama Mak, Chi Tek Yam sama Tan Sunyu. All right.
mm.
A lot of you know that my dad, Alfred Chi, he's known as Alfred Chi here in Melbourne, started the PAA, which is the Peranakan Association Australia, in 2008. And believe it or not, when he started that, yes, we were all really excited, and yes, we want to create this Peranakan community for Peranakan migrants. And of course, as I was brought up in a Peranakan household back in Malacca, I was very excited for him. But then I did not really get involved in a lot of the activities, and the reason why is because I was busy. I was also meeting my husband, and then we got married, and then we moved away from the city, and so life just happened. And what happened was, one day, this is maybe about 5 years ago, I woke up one day, I freaked out because I could not remember the taste of my mama's udang masak lemak nanas. Can you imagine that? It's
Yeah.
It's
a crime.
It's a crime. Like, how can I not remember? It's not not remember the recipe. It's not like I don't remember what went in it, but I could not remember the taste. And so what happened was, I jumped out of bed and I called my mom, confirmed what were all the ingredients, went to the shop, bought all the ingredients, came home and masak. And then put my keroncong music on, and few minutes later, the kitchen smell of my mama's udang masak lemak.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. I tell you, it was a wake-up call for me. Because if I could forget the taste, for me, it means that I could also forget my values, my Peranakan values. And so that happened. All right. So just giving you some context. Not long after that, I think a couple of weeks after that, I get a phone call from Auntie Margaret. You know Auntie Margaret, our VP?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've known Auntie Margaret, well, for a very long time. And so she called me and she said, "Hey, girl, you come from the NextGen, Peranakan, because you're younger. You guys not interested in the Peranakan culture." And then I said, "What do you mean, Auntie?" And I said, "Yeah lah, we are seniors. And then we want to pass down the Peranakan legacy, our heritage, our values. But there's no younger people. There's no younger people in our community. Semua orang tua-tua. Apa macam ni?" And so I shared with her that story. And I said, "Auntie, actually, I think let's not assume that we're not interested. Let's assume that we haven't had that wake-up call yet. Because once I had that wake-up call, I really wanted to know my Peranakan roots. I wanted to go back, find out exactly what it was like to be Peranakan. Because it's been a very long time. And it's ironic, isn't it? Because my parents are so Peranakan. And yes, I get to be Peranakans with them, but it's just in the context of the family. And it's different. It's different when I come home. I'm not really come home as in my home here with my two boys. It's not really that Peranakan. My house didn't look like a Peranakan house. And really, I didn't even speak Peranakan that much. So what happened was, I joined PAA committee. Auntie Margaret said, "Can you help us? Can you help us create, a NextGen Peranakan community?" So next slide, please. So for the first year of me joining, I didn't do anything. I just wanted to observe PAA. I just wanted to get to know the elders, get to know aunties and uncles who are very dear to me. You know who I love, all the aunties and uncles. And so I helped them really clarify the vision of PAA. My dad had a very strong vision, but I just wanted to bring that back and live it out. So our purpose and vision, which is very important as an association, is to be a multi-generational community that supports those who identify as Peranakans and aspire to preserve, propagate, and promote the Peranakan culture and its values. And then our mission is to embrace the evolution of our culture. Very challenging, but embrace the evolution by bridging the old and new while maintaining the spirit of Peranakan in all that we do and how we relate to one another. So it's a big task, and we cannot do it by ourselves. So we need akaki, right?
Yeah.
We need community. So how do we start? Next slide, please. Yeah.
How?
We had a magic strategy. Wow, I this is what I do as my job as a consultant. I do a lot of strategic work, and this is the best strategy that we could come up with to start the NextGen Peranakan. Next slide.
Makan.
Of course.
Oh, I see. That one show champion.
Told you already. Just
I look
now.
at the slide, it's also yummy already. Aiyo.
I look at the slide. Two kueh, that's all the kueh. Yeah, makan. So we thought that it's the easiest. Everyone knows how to do it. Everyone knows. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
And we know that Peranakans love food. If they don't, if while they're eating, they're talking about it, and then while they're talking about it, they're planning for the next meal, right? You know what it's like. So, can we just go to the next slide? Our strategy was simple. We commit to monthly makans, just super simple. No, not much organizing because we are all very, very busy. I can understand. So we just want people to come when they can, right? And it's for the Gen X, Y, and Z Peranakans. So let me just explain what that is. Gen X, Y, and Z are the people who are in their 50s, 40s, 30s, and 20s. Right? And then there's the younger ones, but the younger ones come with the parents, huh? So so we want to reach these people. We want to reach this age group. And we want to connect as Peranakans about life, business, and culture. So I didn't plan that much. There weren't any programs or anything. We just wanted to connect. We wanted to see, ada tak? Ada orang tak? Ada kaki, boleh bikin kaki tak? Are there anyone who is Peranakans in our age group, my age group? All right. So we started our first makan. And the first makan was in 2022. And we were thinking, even if it's just 6 people, we had 3 people in that I connected with. There's 2 of us that were in PAA, and then there's another one from another community called Patiwi in Melbourne. And so we just connected up over coffee, and we said, okay, we know 1 or 2 people who are Peranakans. Let's invite them. But we thought, okay, maybe even if it's 6 people who turn up to this dinner, it doesn't matter. Let's just go with it, right? But 15 people came because we invited people, and then people invited other people and said, hey, we're going to start this thing. Let's just see what happens. So we pow the back of one of the restaurants here in Melbourne, and we had this amazing meetup. It was so good. And then people brought their kids, and then we just had this dinner, and we just changed, our seats throughout the night, just talking to each other,
Macam speed dating,
Exactly.
macam, no lah, tak dah lah.
It feels like
Speed
it
dating
from the way she said.
I made
Getting to know you
people
lah.
move around from table to table, connecting with one another.
Okay lah.
Bukan speed dating. Tapi kalau mau speed dating, kita pun boleh
boleh kan?
bikin ninja.
Itulah.
Then that one is already so laku, right? And then we thought, okay, let's do a second makan. So the next month we did a second makan. This time 30 people come.
Wow, double.
Wow. We booked the whole restaurant. The restaurant kecil lah, but we booked the whole restaurant.
No space to walk.
And no space to walk. But we had this thing called, is an Indonesian restaurant. It's called Keroyokan. Wow, very nice. And that for a lot of us actually in NextGen, this was the launch. And if you see some of the photos, actually a lot of them they still come to our do's, our events, and I can see Philip and Sharon there. And now Sharon is the new treasurer. And you know, and Allison was there too. Do you remember not, Allison?
Yeah, I still remember. I'm going there, you know, takut. But then when I saw my kaki all can speak Bahasa Patuis, I was like, wow, I'm in my group already. I found my clique, I thought.
Yeah. So how did you feel about you know, suddenly something that you've been waiting for this just came arrive, right?
Yeah, because you know, I kind of lost that sense of, you know, family, Peranakan family gathering sort of feeling, because I've been in Australia for what now, 17 years. So backtrack to 2022 is about maybe my 14 year or 15 year here. And it felt very, at one point, it felt like after COVID as well, right? So it felt very homesickly, if I can say. I felt very homesick because cannot balik lagi satu. And then it's like, you know, you being a mom to two young girls, how much can you travel? And then you realize, oh, I haven't really, you know, conversed in that language, and I do not want to lose it. I need to find some people of this sort of common, you know, cultural values somewhere in Melbourne. And I was hoping that I could find. And yeah, luckily I found you guys. So it was a good feeling.
Kita kesian tau. Our Chinese New Year here is super boring.
That's true. Tak laujet langsung. Tak laujet punya. Even though got lion dance pun tak laujet, but it's not the same as being home there, Singapore.
Yeah, you can go to Chinatown and all that, but it's not your family, it's not your neighborhood, it's not your Bunga Raya, you know.
You can't walk in Kebaya much, people will look at you funny, that you thought that feeling, you know. So it's like, yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same.
And then the worst thing is that you have to work on Chinese New Year Day.
Yeah. It's not a public holiday.
It's not a public holiday.
Yeah.
So we only do what we can. So often in my family, we would just meet for New Year Eve, and if it happens that Chinese New Year falls on the weekend or whatever, then of course we will meet. Then we will meet at you know, Chap Gourmet or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
actually it's quite sad. Like in Australia, when it's weekend, it's okay, but when it's weekday, sort of when Chinese New Year falls on the weekday, you pretty much finish work, then you get ready for your gathering at night and all that.
Yeah.
It's quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've been missing Chinese New Year for 35 years. I've been here over 35 years, and I've missed it. Yeah. So and once again, as Allison said, that going back to Malaysia around Chinese New Year time is not really conducive for us, because that's where we're wrapping up
and kids go to school. There's no
kids
school
go back
holiday.
to school. Yeah. So it's really not a good time for us. Yeah. Anyway, back to topic. So the next slide, please. So that's when NextGen Peranakans really started. That's when, you know, I just thought, okay, we've got South Kaki, we can jalan. So we jalan lah.
Yalah,
so
masih
every
have
month,
kaki dengan jalan kan? Tak ada kaki.
Betul.
right? Yeah. That is becoming a catchphrase now, right? Because
have kaki will jalan.
Tak ada kaki tak boleh jadi.
Tak ada kaki tak boleh jadi. So
main mahjong.
We felt that without kaki, the culture tak boleh jadi. That's what we mean, okay? It's not just a cheeky catchphrase. It's actually without kaki, we can't sustain culture, right? So we better build this kaki. So next slide, we started to have monthly potlucks. And restaurants weren't cutting it anymore, because we sometimes had more people than than what the place could actually cater for. So because, you know, restaurants are quite small, right? And and then also it's very loud. So if we wanted to talk about anything, it was really hard. So we decided to just have monthly makans at a community space in a place called Vauxhall here. And that also it gave us the opportunity to play mahjong together after dinner, or learn Turkey,
It's
or
more relaxed.
have a bit of karaoke. But it's all very relaxed. Like I hardly plan a program. I just go with what people wanted to do. If they want to bring mahjong, yeah, there's a table there. And then we all brought like, a dish, or we just go and buy something.
Yeah,
I
and
just
even
wanted
and
it.
it's over, and it's also the same time. It's like there's always like some people who RSVP last minute. They can turn
Yeah.
up. If you do restaurant, it's a bit hard as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then sometimes even we say, oh, we like the water I catered it, right? And then people just pay like $10 or whatever. And then a few people could come, and I just put out on the Facebook and said, hey, we've got a couple of cancellations. Do anyone want to come? And so they come at last minute. And that's okay. It's so super easy to have these potlucks, and with with a bit of fee, because NextGen don't mind paying it, because they're working, just to get connected, right? Just to get connected, to have this night where we can just have fun. So so that was our monthly makans. But also another thing that we started, we as we progressed a few months, the elders started becoming very curious about what the NextGens are doing. So they were asking Glenda, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? In your potlucks, who are these people? Wait, mana pergi cari ni semua NextGen? Mana pergi cari? And I said, yalah, through Facebook, actually it's word of mouth. People just bring whoever that they know who are interested in a product, or whether they're in Peranakans, or whether they are quarter Peranakan ka, 1/8 Peranakan, doesn't matter. As long as you are, you are
in the culture.
Identify as Peranakan, or you're interested in the culture, you're welcome to come, right? And so then I decided that, what, I need to let the two generations meet. So we created, with just a handful of us. You can see our team there, in the bottom right corner there. There's a team of us, just only 5. Actually, it's 4, because one of them was the daughter of the lady there, and she just came into the photo. So it was very, very small team of us, and we created this 80 person event. Allison wasn't there though, because ironically you went back for Chinese New Year on that year.
Yes, no choice. Had to.
No choice. But it was fantastic. So I invited 4 elders to share the experiences of being a Peranakan in Australia, and it was moderated by James Xiao, who is a NextGen Peranakan, and he came from Singapore, and has been living here for a few years now. And he's fantastic at interviewing people and korek all the good stories,
He's a professional koreker.
I like that.
He's been on our show as well.
So it makes it interesting. And then of course we had makan after that. It was a big tok panjang of kueh, and it's like a high tea, and so that was a really wonderful event. And then we had our exhibition, so which is the next slide. Oh, the exhibition and the wedding performance. Cedric was here.
Siapa tu kat situ?
Cedric and Emily came. Yes. Actually, let me tell you what happened. Cedric called me and said, hey, I'm coming to Melbourne in May, April, May, and shall we do something? And I'm like going, maybe you can do like a talk or something or whatever. We were thinking of doing an exhibition at the Chinese Museum. And then Cedric said, how about a wedding, a mock
Bang.
wedding. Oh my God. I tell you, when I told that idea to my dad, he was so excited.
You wanted to get married again.
He wanted to get married and all that.
You wish.
My mom would say, nak dia.
Nanti mak lu kerja dia dengan penyapu. Oh. Jangan.
Ayo. No, but it's so funny because then my dad said, who's going to be the bridegroom? This semua PA, semua orang tua. Betul lah, right? But then now I said, we've got NextGen. And we've got people who are, are skilled in the performing arts. And then when I asked Cedric, I said, hey, what kind of people do we need? What kind of people do we need on our team? And for the bride and bridegroom, what kind of people do we need? And he said, okay, first of all, maybe preferably they need to be in their 30s and younger, right? Okay. Secondly, if they have a dancing background, that would be really good. Okay. And then thirdly, they can commit to coming for the practices, the rehearsal, which was only 2 rehearsals we had, and they need to be pretty quick at picking up what they need to do. I said, mampu sekali. Mana lah ni? So, okay, never mind. Because I had a Facebook group, a NextGen Facebook group, I just put out lah the feelers. I just said,
anybody want to get married?
No, I didn't say that. I said I didn't want to let anyone know about the wedding performance yet. So I just said, looking for male and female in their early 30s who has had dance background and can take in instructions really quick for a project that is coming out in May. That's all I said. And then we got people, and then of course we found not only the bride and bridegroom but also the
entourage, everything,
the entourage, Hey, what's the best man called? I also cannot remember.
Pak Cinde.
Pak Cinde.
Pak Cinde, and then the budak kun, and then Emily is the Sanke lah. That one is easy lah, because that one import from Lekker,
Foreign talent.
Import. And then, but we also had the the others the ones who carried the payung and all that, and gong, and we had others as well who came to be involved in this wedding performance.
Basically, the whole kampong lah.
The whole kampong, and the fact that we had the NextGen, it really helped the whole event, and we ran the exhibition for 10 days. So not only the wedding performance, but we also helped put the exhibition up at the Chinese Museum. And you can see there we gotong royong, all the younger people, working there, helping the elders put up this event. And the elders were just so amazing as well. We had groups, little teams made out of NextGen and the elders. And I thought, that is so perfect, because then they can share stories, they can ask questions, and that's where they can pass the legacy, right? They can learn from one another. So it was a really good test of bridging that gap. So if we want to bridge any gap, put them together in one team and see what happens. For us, this wedding performance really, really put us on the map as Peranakan, as a Peranakan community in Melbourne. But not only that, it actually strengthened our community as well, because we worked together towards a deadline to produce something that was far bigger than what we could imagine. I still pinch myself, and did we actually do that? Allison, do you feel that as well? So
I mean,
do we? Oh my God.
I will always remember this, like firstly in disbelief, but second is like, oh, that was my first ever big assignment lah, from you to me. So how can I
Yeah.
forget? Adakah lu buang gua jaga Cedric? Aduh. So I still remember all that. Yeah.
Poor
Love
thing
you.
you must jaga dia.
Gua jaga dia tau.
Poor
She was
thing.
like, you
Kesian.
must make sure Cedric gets everything he wants. Make sure you look after him. So it was like, wow, okay, I takut juga lah. But it was very memorable lah. The whole thing was memorable.
Yeah.
I would do it all
But
over again.
Yeah,
You
actually,
get
it
married
was.
all over again.
Tak boleh lah. Laki kau marah kau akan.
Have your 20th anniversary, macam ni lah. Yeah. But as a wedding, as an event organizer, so I've done this before in other contexts, in other communities, and I know what it takes to run an event, and the team is very, very important. But here I am having the elder team, right? The team of PAA, and then a very new team of NextGen, and then a team from Malaysia coming, and none of them really worked with each other ever before. And I'm like, the night before, I was about to get really sick with anxiety because I don't know how this was how were we going to pull off? No, something like this. We needed to be so precise. We needed to be so on point, and everything needed to come together at its own time. But you know what? It went without a hitch. Not one hitch. So that told me that the elders were amazing at what they do. They know how to do what they did. They actually were very, very experienced in organizing events. And then we've got the NextGen who are very skilled at what they do as well. So that's an amazing way to come together and produce something. So that's another thing. If you want to bridge the gap, do something bigger than you, bigger than yourselves. That's what we found with our community. So the next thing that we still do is we run family fun days, and this is for NextGen families. So one of the things is that we want our kids to connect with one another. It's not just us; it's also our kids, because we like one another. So the kids better like one another so that we can continue to be kaki to one another. So every school holidays, we would try to run family fun days, and now we host it at someone's house. So we've had this one was at Dave's. He lives in an apartment, but they've got like an event space. So we just went there, and once again, potluck, very easy. It's super cash. There's so many games that the kids could play, and the whole day, we just for like 6 hours, we just connect, eat, talk, catch up, and repeat. And cakap sampai tak mau cakap lagi. So the next thing as we go along, Elvin, just the next slide. Our NextGen objectives, right, became clearer, and it is to connect with the younger generation Peranakans in Melbourne and beyond. So we not only want to connect with people in Melbourne, but we want to connect with NextGen Peranakans all over the world. We're thinking globally now, because if we want to sustain the culture, Peranakan culture is Peranakan culture everywhere, isn't it? And we want to hear how, that's right, how people live as Peranakans in, wherever they are, right? So we aim to create opportunities to foster friendships with our Peranakan kaki, share stories, and learn from our elders and one another. So I think that's really important, to create that bonding time. And that's what it means to be a community. So yes, next one. One of the things that we started last year and this year was we started Manik lessons, and this has gone like hotcakes. And although each lesson is made out of very small group of people, but our whole group has grown to like 28.
We started with 6, right?
You know, we started with 6. Yes, it was grown to like 28, I think.
29.
And
That's
that
what I
is
heard.
not just that's not just NextGen. It's also with some elders as well. But it doesn't matter. We love that. We love that there's a mix
It's a
there so
time
that we can
together.
learn from the elders.
Yeah.
And this has been one of my favorite activities, and it's because we really get deep into not only money but also other things like food, like other product hunt activities that nyonyas used to do, or what, even product hunt history, product hunt gossip, everything. We get to talk about that on our WhatsApp while we money. We get to know each other in a deeper way. So it's become one of my favorite support groups because we support each other to make the money, right? And
That's
it
why
goes beyond
Allison
that.
showing off her money at the side.
Hey, that one my money
Yes,
shoe, You see that shoe, that one I made,
See?
the blue one,
that one.
yes,
Kau bikin
yeah,
punya, kasih anak kau.
Beside you pun
yeah.
ada kan?
Oh, yeah. Of course,
Ah,
this one is my. So there's a story. You see,
Ah.
this blue shoe. This blue shoe was made for my first girl, my eldest. Habis
Right.
dah dapat kasut dah ready semua. And then when we fit her, although we took the measurement, the person got it wrongly lah. So it was smaller, came in smaller. So now this one go to number 2. So number 1 is asking for this. So I'm in the project lah now.
So
Yeah.
Got one for her now.
Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, money has been very, very good. And once again, we use that opportunity to connect with one another. The next one that I just like Allison to share is the cultural performances, which is very, very special to both elders and NextGeners.
I guess we can say, we Peranakan will always find any reason to have a good, nice bonding time. So besides food, besides mannequin together, cultural performances also do the same sort of aim, So in this case, at this point, I've been actually having lots of fun with the elders and the next gen combined together for the past couple of years, running events together with them and everything. And what I see from doing these performances and events with them is that the young ones are very inspired to see how the elders are still so energetic, to actually offer their time, their commitment to actually have an event successfully, done. And whereas the elders in return, it's a symbiotic relationship, I would say, because the elders feel that by them having time join with us for performances, practices and everything, they feel young again. Jiwa muda balik, dia cakap. So I think it's very healthy because one continues to inspire the other, So I actually foresee that since I actually manage them in terms of performances and all that, I can see that our bonds are certainly stronger because we get to know each other more than just the surface value. We get to know about each other's life because you know why? There is one bonus thing that happens every time after practice. Guess
Makan.
what? Makan. Exactly. They are always saying, let's go makan. Where we are going makan today, Allison? Every week, right? I got to korek kepala where to go, So it's like they find it fun because they get to go to places that they never been before, and they have been introduced by me to a lot of other cultural restaurants as well, not just a certain Chinese restaurant or whatsoever. And they really enjoy it. And so that's one of the incentives they say for them. And so for us, whereas for us, it's more of like, get to know the elders. It's kind of nice. So next gen have that sort of drive. Elders have the sort of drive that you keep us young all the time. So yeah. It's been good.
Yeah, and the thing is, the beautiful part is that we get invited very often to do cultural performances at various festivals.
Until we have to reject some.
Yeah. So last year we had about 15 in a year. So that's
heavy
very heavy. So that's like kind of once a month, and then they have to practice every week for the new
and they commit to it. They do commit to it. So I tabik them, tabik spring to them. All. Thank you, Auntie.
Very quickly, we've got like 5 minutes left of time.
Yes.
Shall we go through the other slides?
Yes, we should. Can we go to the more importantly of the things that we want to see? Just 2 slides after this. Yeah, next one. Yeah. So we can talk about all the numbers, and I just let you know that our numbers are just, we've got a Facebook group of 100 in our community, and then we would have maybe about 20 to 30 people who would come to our events, NextGen. But more importantly, what I like to see is that connection with our elders. All right, that deep friendships with one another, and that when we learn our culture at our own pace. And the reason why is because next gens are very busy. They're busy with their careers, they're busy with looking after the kids, and some of them are also looking after their elders. So as in like their family, their mom, their parents. So we're very, very busy people, but doesn't mean that they're not interested. It's just that at this point in time, the season in their lives, we can only learn as fast as we can go. But we do want to pass those Peranakan values to our kids. That's really, really important. And most of all is to be Peranakans together, because if we can't do that, we will stop being Peranakans.
It's very important
Right.
to also remember that we're trying to have inclusivity in our culture as well. So we are also trying to bridge the gap between the different ethnics in the Peranakan group that we are in our community.
Yes.
We've got Peranakan Chetty,
Yes.
Peranakan Jawi, not just Peranakan Baba dan Nyonya. So, and Peranakan Portuguese, not forgetting them as well. So it's very important for us here in Melbourne at this point to actually show people that we actually take account all the ethnicities, not just one. So we are all Peranakans together.
So that's our future. We want to build that thriving community that empowers us to live out the Peranakan culture and values, because that's how I believe we can sustain the culture. Okay, and then we want to be the inclusive community, as what Allison just said. And then we want to sustain our rich culture by learning from our elders and from one another. So that's why we need community. So back to the question, adakah next gen Peranakan?
What you guys think? Adakah?
Any comments?
There is some future.
Adalah hope,
I think what you are facing is more difficult than what the other communities are facing by the sheer numbers or the lack of numbers. So, but it is a challenge for, I think, all the communities. Everybody is facing this. The younger generation, will they take on the culture and keep it going again? So you're not alone. I think everybody can understand and empathize the challenges that you face. But it's really, really fantastic to see so many things going on.
We're very proud of it. We're very proud of us.
We are very proud of it.
Cedric?
I simply love the communicative skills that you have developed, bridging various generations from elder to the working group, and then also from the working group to the children part of it. It looks like you have a very solid plan in place. Yeah, and I love to see how you have grown from just a motley group to something that is, I think, is proud, that you can be very proud of. Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
well done.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. And we have we will see you in Penang, and we will connect
NextGen all over the world. Come.
I think you all deserve a round of applause. Let's give them a round of applause. Yay.
Thank you.
Maybe sooner, Allison. Maybe sooner. Remember?
Yes. I know.
Okay, so before we go, I'd just like to acknowledge some of our viewers who made some comments during the show. First off, we've got Shahan.
Hi, Shahan.
Hey, Cedric. Hey, Glenda. Hey, Allison. Just say hey, Alvin. Tak
Chris.
apa. It's okay. I don't take it personally. It's fine.
Oh, sayang.
Then evening greetings from Father Chris. Thank you for chiming in. And then we have Emily, Aha, I remember those years. Glenda Chi embracing the culture in a foreign land. Very
Yes.
good. And she says hello to Ellie only. So she's not saying hi
Hi.
to the rest.
Just salah. I can special.
Okay, that's all the time that we have. So I'd like to thank Glenda and Allison. Thank you
you.
so
Thank
much
you
for that.
guys for having us, giving
Very
us this platform. Thank you.
yeah. So
Our
it's
pleasure.
it's about communities coming together, and I
Yep.
think it's great that we all listen to what you have done. So well done. I think you will
And well
have
done to
more
you guys
future.
too. Well
Yeah.
done to you guys too.
Yes,
For
well done to you
continuing
guys
doing what you're
too.
doing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So okay, Kamsia, and of course thanks to my co-host Cedric. Kamsia, Cedric for joining us as well. We'll see you very shortly for our next program at 3 o'clock Singapore time. And we're going to have Channing Tai, who's going to share about Baba Pantun. Pantun Baba.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's going to be very
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Eh?
Itu banyak
Bagus.
bagus.
Eh?
Mm, mm.
So thank you, everybody. See you in the next show. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.